Unless you've been living under a rock for the past year, you've probably heard the name Amber Heard once or twice, or maybe 100 times. But why does the internet hate her so much? Well, who could forget the trial that shook the world? Not me, that's for sure. The case that became a war zone between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard soon became the talk of the town.
Everyone was just having a good time, like normal stuff. So I just smiled and made a joke about it.
The romance that had started on the set of The Rum Diary ended up with both sides of the courtroom throwing allegations of domestic abuse at each other. But what really set off the media frenzy is Heard. More importantly, her stories. And honestly, they sometimes didn't quite make sense. After all, who could forget the now iconic "my dog stepped on a bee" moment?
My dog stepped on a bee. We went to the stepped on a bee. My dog stepped on a bee.
Or how about when Kate Moss testified against the very claims Amber Heard was making? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There were a lot of moments during the 6-week trial when everyone questioned Amber's narrative and even her motives. Her portrayal of Depp just didn't sit right with fans of the actor. And soon enough, the internet started picking sides. Forget the Kardashians. The highly televised trial was what everyone tuned in to see. It became so massive, in fact, that even celebrities started weighing in. And Johnny Depp's former partner spoke up in support. This was definitely a big nail in the coffin for Heard. Vanessa Paradis was quick to dismiss the allegations against the father of her children, and this helped tip the scales in Depp's favor because the two had been together for 14 long years before splitting. So when a long-term ex backs you up like that, you know there's something not totally right. Remember how we mentioned the kids? Well, even Depp's daughter, Lily Rose Depp, chose to take her dad's side. During his witness testimony in 2022, the 59-year-old said that his daughter didn't get along too well with her. And when I say they didn't get along, I really mean it. Lily Rose Depp didn't even attend the couple's wedding. Looks like she was onto something.
I feel like I should do that again. Do one more time.
When allegations against her father first surfaced, the young celebrity paid tribute to him in a since-deleted Instagram post. The post was super wholesome, and she was all praise about her father's caring nature. Plus, she said that everyone who met him knew of his good nature. But wait, if that wasn't enough to convince people, Penelope Cruz jumped in to support Johnny's innocence. You guys have to remember, Penelope and Depp have worked on plenty of projects together. Blow, Pirates of the Caribbean, Murder on the Orient Express, you name it. And after working together for so long, it's no surprise whose side she took. Even in 2020, when the case between the former couple started, Cruz had Johnny's back. The Spanish actor told the Blast Hal filmmaker Pedro Almodovar first introduced her to the star when she was 19 years old. The only sentences I knew how to say in English at that time were, "How are you?" and "I want to work with Johnny Depp," she wrote. So after co-starring with him, she was totally blown away by the accusations against him.
It was last night, yes. I'm still processing the whole thing. It was really emotional, really intense.
It wasn't just Penelope either. Cruz's husband, Javier Bardem, also issued a statement in support of the Pirates of the Caribbean star. Bardem was sure to point out how supportive and understanding Depp had been to him and his family. What's more, he knew his friend was the victim, not the other way around.
Here.
Yeah.
I got a shot.
Yeah, sure. But
Anyway, Cruz isn't the only co-star who just had to take Johnny's side. Paul Bettany had some interesting things to say about the Aquaman star. Now, this was a friendship that would even make its way into the trial. The two had previously worked together on The Tourist back in 2010. Coming back to the trial, Bettany probably never thought he'd be sitting there, or that his private text messages will be read out for the whole world to hear. And boy, were those some texts.
Oh God, that's true. Yeah, no, yes, this is an entire disaster. They made.
During one of their occasional conversations, the Edward Scissorhands star joked about his ex-wife. If you think this is surprising, wait till you hear what Bettany had to say. Instead of setting fire to Heard, the WandaVision star believed they should drown her to see if she was a witch. Yikes! Everybody already knew about Depp's dark humor, but Bettany sure took us by surprise. That's not even half of it though. Depp even testified how Amber was jealous of Paul, and once the two had a fight nasty enough to make Bettany's 18-year-old son cry. We don't know why Heard would be so jealous of Vision, but Depp claimed that she saw him as a threat. Looks like we have a clear winner on which celebrity hated Heard the most, or do we? It turns out Sia hopped onto Twitter to expose the truth. You best believe that Sia came prepared. Sia took to Twitter in October 2020 to express her support for Johnny Depp while also criticizing Amber Heard. The Australian actress uploaded a link to a YouTube video titled Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, the real abuser finally revealed. Now this was a video that claimed to have uncensored audio of the two arguing.
We're not even fighting this morning.
Did something happen to you this morning? I don't think so. That's crazy. Oh, you're crazy. Oh, you're crazy. You got this going? Oh, really? Really?
In another tweet, she brought the receipts too. She made a reference to the $7 million Amber was said to have made in her 2016 divorce settlement. The funny thing about this money was that she claimed to have donated to charity. You might remember that in the heated trial, Depp accused his ex-wife of lying about this too. And he was proven right, folks. This really turned a lot of her most loyal supporters against her, because lying about donating to a charity? Totally not cool. But Sia wasn't done just yet. She had to point out one more person. Can you guess who it is? Well, it's none other than the CEO of Twitter himself. Yep, you heard me right. Sia believed that Amber's ex-boyfriend Elon Musk was somehow involved. She wrote, "Didn't you give her the $7 million she donated from her settlement? She still came out $7 million richer. Why are you protecting her? She will never get the help she needs if we all stay silent." Some of you might remember how Musk and Heard began dating in 2016. This was right after her split from Depp, but the relationship ended after a year. I don't know about you, but this seems like someone who genuinely can't stand Heard.
That's not my area of expertise. I wouldn't even know how to do that.
Or anyone who supports her for that matter. Speaking of support, one of Johnny's former partners couldn't accept the hate he was getting. And the Stranger Things star was quick in defending her first love. It's hard to get over your first love, and the same goes for Winona Ryder. The whirlwind romance between her and Depp lasted for 4 years and included an engagement. They were totally the it couple, and the mutual care and respect lasted through the decade. In fact, Mama Byers had quite a hard time moving on after the split, and then in 2020, Winona couldn't stay silent, and she took Johnny's side wholeheartedly. The Heather star also mentioned how her now ex had never been abusive towards her, or anyone else for that matter. She even called the whole thing impossible to believe.
Like that, who are really good people, but they struggle.
Hear me out here, okay? What does it say when 3 of Depp's former partners come out and say that they've never been abused? Or when there are all these timelines that just don't match up? Or when there's audio proof of Amber admitting to hitting Depp? No wonder the internet hates Amber Heard. These were just some of the celebrities who really can't stand Amber Heard. Well, that's it for me today. See you soon.